have to admit, not too many businesses offer Chopin in the lobby. But then this business is different, in a lot of ways.
Essentially, the number 2 has
The Omni Jet Trading Floor in Washington.
compared to some 2,400 for one.
Omni deals in jet planes for private, corporate, and airline customers around the world. Keeping track of those customers and their needs is a big job. Now it's handled by an information system that's accurate, current to the minute, and profitable. Wayne Hilmer, chairman of the company, explains.
We have a great deal of information about 8,000 to 10,000 aircraft that are flying in the world today. We have the specifications, the performance. We know who owns these aircraft, the business that these people are in, and we follow the history of these companies and their history with us and try to determine what their future needs might be. And in doing so, we're able to pool all this information through the IBM System 38.
Debbie Reynolds runs the entire system. She is the data processing department. And that tells you something about the System 38.
John, I can give you the IFR range on the Bach 111, 200 or 400. If the 400 is what you want, it looks like it's 2,800 nautical miles IFR.
There's a Jetstar down.
This is the trading floor. Marketing specialists keep track of the supply and the demand.
Great, thank you.
93% of all buyers and sellers' needs are known on the floor before a transaction takes place. Before installing their own computer, the company used a service bureau. With the System 38, information is fast and accurate, and that's helpful when a customer is on the other end of the telephone or sitting across the desk.
We did do a computer analysis this morning of the G2 market.
The System 38 has made the difference.
Airplanes on the market with an average purchase price of $8,250,000.
Our business is information. And by having instant access to this information, we are able to clearly define our markets and our opportunities.
When a customer is on the telephone and a salesman needs information with regards to performance or direct operating costs, a year and a half ago, he would have to put the customer on hold. He would have to run over to the engineering department, go through some files in a file folder to find out what the manufacturer has stated regarding this airplane. Now all he has to do is punch up 2 buttons, take an option off his menu, and have that information immediately.
How much of the 11 million?
Miss Reynolds does the programming, and just about everybody else uses the system. Salesmen, engineers, managers, each doing their own data entry. The system is that easy to use.
New generation exceeding the Gulfstream 2 in capacity.
Yeah, well, let's get the legal people working on the documentation. Let's do it.
Okay, that sounds great to me.
I happen to think that we're the best, and we are. We're the largest and the biggest in our business. We've been very successful for the last 18 years. We've always used IBM, and we'll continue to use them because we think they're the best.
Now then, consider a different business with a different need. This is Southwestern Publishing Company, with headquarters in Cincinnati. Educational materials aimed at the business education market. Elmer Casing is Vice President for Finance, and he explains the needs of that market.
In our business, it's very important to get the order to the customer. For instance, in adult education and in the independent schools, they will conduct the first class, say, on a Monday night, and they'll take a census of how many students they have in the class, and then they'll order Tuesday, and they'll want the books, the textbooks, back into the classroom by Friday or that next Monday so they can use them for the next week.
Southwestern upgraded to the System 38 from a System 3 Model 15D. First to Model 5, then they moved up to the Model 7. The online system links offices in New York, Chicago, California, and Texas. Kathy Fearman works in the Cincinnati Marketing Division.
Before we got our System 38, we were taking approximately 2 hours to 3 hours to complete an order through our system. Now, with the System 38, we can complete an order within 5 to 10 minutes. With our listings we have, which are over 1,000, we can simply come into the screen now by entering a few keys. and it will bring up the account we need to enter our order.
As our orders come in, they are date stamped in the mailroom. They're entered that day in the system and forwarded to the shipping department. Those orders are shipped, returned, and billed at 90% in 2 days.
That was John Pfeiffer, head of administrative services. With the System 38, he's able to develop applications he couldn't afford to do before. A program for editorial control, details on new textbooks and revisions for the next 5 years, costs, schedules, even personnel assignments.
We believe part of the reason for the high productivity on the System 38 is that the system leads you through a development process that you probably should have been following all along. A good definition of the database and data elements that you're going to work with in the system on the front end, and then passing that definition through the entire system. The integrated database as such has been a tremendous advantage in using the System 38.
The System 38 is easy to use, extremely flexible, and adaptable to any business use. Big Sandy, Texas, population 1,200, the home of a multi-million-dollar mail order company, Jerry Gentry Associates. Its specialty is needlecraft. Its principal contact with the customer is the mailbox. The company started in 1975 with an idea of Jerry Gentry and his wife, Anita.
This is my attic, and this is where I work today in a business of needlecrafts, like I've worked all my life as a hobby in needlecrafts. A few years ago, my husband and I decided that maybe there were people all over the country who enjoyed doing the things that I do too. And so we decided to test a mailing list and find out. We started off with 2 products, Sunbonnet Sue and Overall Sam. They're pillow dolls, very old and traditional design. Our first test came back with a 26% response, which was very overwhelming. We decided to try it again, and the next time it came back with 31%. So we decided we had a business to go. Well, with a business goes a lot of record keeping. You have to keep names and addresses, you have to keep orders, and we chose a very simple system for keeping those orders and things straight. It was a shoebox. Once we filled one shoebox with envelopes with names and addresses, we added another shoebox, and then another shoebox, and another shoebox. Gradually, we added products to our line, all sorts of things. We went from our first 2 original products to well over 300 products today. With that kind of growth in a product line, there's more and more information to be kept track of. Here we are today. We have well over 1 million names, and there aren't enough shoeboxes in Texas to take care of that kind of record keeping. So today, we have 2 System 38s to help us. It keeps track of our daily mail. It gives us our daily statistics that we need to know to keep this business running. And without those computers, we simply couldn't run the business the way we run it today.
They converted from 3 System 34s quickly and easily. The other half of the team, Jerry Gentry.
It would be very difficult to run a sizable mail order business without a computer in today's world. It allows us to store our names and addresses. It is a powerful marketing tool for list segmentation. It is, of course, serves the purpose of standard business systems and customer service systems, and not the least of which, it allows us a rapid turnaround time for fulfillment, and that is very, very important in today's world. A customer 1,000 miles away sending an order through the mail, if it's been a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there's a point out there in time when that customer will wonder, will I ever get this order? And we turn the order around with the use of the System 38 in about 2 to 3 days. And therefore we generate a tremendous amount of customer goodwill.
Gentry appreciates the power of the 38, but he also relies on its unique architecture for segmenting his mailings. Those who buy crochet items don't necessarily buy knitting kits. He also uses it to spot trends. Not long ago, those customers buying only crochet items jumped from 20,000 to 100,000. Gentry spotted the trend and adjusted the inventory. That's hard to do with a shoebox. In Petersburg, Michigan, the emphasis is on a different product, but on the same goal, on-time delivery. The Strand Corporation, headquartered in Detroit, custom designs and builds large industrial air handling units. Pat Doman is vice president for Strand and talks about the company's integrated information system.
At Strand Corporation, we feel the System 38 draws together all the departments of our corporation, making one consistent management tool, one consistent information base for everyone to operate from. We currently have 35 terminals spread through all the departments, everybody working from the same information base. Communication of a work order as it passes through the company is what gives us the internal productivity and efficiencies required in today's operations.
The System 38 is easy to program, easy to use. Not only that, the architecture allows users to access information and read it in the exact form they need, different forms for different users, and simultaneously. That's a far cry from the System 3 Model 15D they were using.
Our programming backlog used to be like a year. Now it's more like 3 or 4 weeks. Many things we get done in the same day or while somebody waits.
Strand also makes good use of the query capability. How many fan motors in stock? How many should be ordered? When? And how will that affect production? Cash flow. The System 38 provides the answers instantly. There's no more guesswork, no more management by hunch.
In the last 10 years, our corporation has grown from $9 million of sales to $30 million of sales. And during that period of time, we've been able to maintain a stagnant relationship of working capital to our total financial needs. That's a very dramatic proof of what a computer system can do, and our System 38 does to help us with the stability of our corporation.
Once we start fabricating them offline...
Bob Strand is one of the founders of the company. He's presided over the growth and the growing pains. Now, though, he's certain that the System 38 accommodates the company's present operations and its plans for growth.
We build custom equipment, custom engineered, and this unit is going out on time and on schedule because we have developed a manufacturing system that will enable us to do this. And the way we're able to do it is because we found the System 38, the first computer that we've ever found that is a management tool that allows us to get the job done.
Companies big and small, first-time users and those with long-term computer experience. They're all finding out that the System 38 is helping them get the job done in ways they never thought of before. Chopin in the lobby is nice, but a System 38 in the office is better. That's what we call making the difference.
To make a long story short, the computer enables me to keep track of a business that's no longer run on the kitchen table.
I could only say that it is the best tool for the job for us.
It does exactly what IBM said it would do.
As a matter of fact, when the system was first delivered, I was kidding with our IBM salesman that thanks for the free computer. He says, well, why a free computer? And I said, because the programming productivity is so powerful that I now have the equivalent of a staff of 12 to 15 people, even though we only have a department of 3 people. That savings in personnel alone can pay for our system in just a little over a year.
In summary, the System 38 is wonderful.